Alright guys, we've got something really special today. Amir Ajami is currently a producer at EA Los Angeles working on the Red Alert series, but before that he set up his own gaming website and then later worked on GameSpot.com. Let's see if he's got any interesting tips about getting into the industry.
Well, during college I knew I wanted to get into games, but I really didn't know how one goes about to get into games. So I started a website with a buddy of mine. It was called Cyrillus, weird name I know, but it was about daily news as it relates to PC gaming and PC hardware. And then we ran that for 8 to 10 months, about a year, and we actually got in touch with a Brit, Alex Ross, who was helping run Voodoo Extreme at the time, and the three of us started Sharky Extreme. I helped run that for about a year when Vince Brody, who was one of the founders of GameSpot, contacted me. And that's how I ended up at GameSpot. Was there for 4 years and then got into EA. And this is my 7th year at EA now. Time flies.
And so you started a website, I mean, it sounds like kind of back in the day when the internet was young. Would you still do it now, do you think?
It'd be difficult to do it now. There's no reason why you couldn't do it now, but it's a different scene. I mean, the sites we used to run back then, it was like Blues News, Redwood, Us, and Voodoo. They were like blogs before the word blog was even invented, or it was cool to use the word. I'm not sure if you could do that again now and have the same kind of success. So it was funny because I looked at GameSpot as kind of the website to emulate, and that was what I was doing. Before that, I'd read EGM Monthly, Nintendo Power, PC Gamer, CGW. I was big into games, and what was best for me is that I was finally doing this sort of as a living. We were, internet ad sales at the time were not what they are now, and we were just barely scraping together just enough to get by. I was living at home, and my buddy was, I forget how he was making ends meet, but just the adventure around it, and the fact that I wasn't working at an office at a 9 to 5 with a suit and tie, just doing something that I enjoy and would have done for free for the rest of my life.
Did you feel like you had any kind of preparation for the role that you're now in over here?
Yeah, as a producer, especially a producer at EA, what we were doing at GameSpot is transfers over pretty easily. I mean, there's the whole managing other people and staying on top of your schedule for publication, but just being to articulate what makes a good game, what makes a game good versus what makes it bad, and doing that 100 times over, 1,000 times over, God knows how many games we reviewed in our lifetime. That's kind of the role of a producer. It's essentially specifying what kind of game you should be making, knowing what makes it good, and then running off and doing it over the course of 1 to 3 years, however long it takes to make a game.
And do you see this happening more often, more journalists moving into this?
I don't know that it's increasing, but there's a fair share of people, Greg and myself, a bunch of guys who used to be at EGM are now at Capcom. So it does happen, and with good frequency. And
have you got any advice for anyone that might be kind of considering a similar path, how to get into the industry these days?
It's all about who you know, and making a name for yourself, and going after opportunities when they present themselves.